This is a disclaimer. Do not try to mess with the cosmos or anything quantum at home. I am a trained idiot. You have been warned. Hello everybody, welcome back to Stoneblock 3. You all remember last video, I made my new weapons as well as created the boiler down over in the auto mansion, as I've decided to call it. It is a dumb name and I am keeping it. But all of that does not matter because today we are going to continue to mess with the cosmos. And by that, of course, I mean we are going to continue to mess with the mind-numbing mod that is avaritia. So, what we're doing today is we are going to be making some of these singularities. There's 23 different ones in total, and I have conveniently made 23 neutronium compressors, which are the things we need to make for these singularities. And right here in this little hotbar, ignore everything else, none of that is important for this, are all of the things that are EMCable. I just need to make them, so let's get started. The first thing we need to make is this infused ender pearl, which takes dimensional shards and an ender pearl. Now, I'm pretty sure I have dimensional shards. Yes, right here. So I need to collect 8 of these, as well as an ender pearl. Then I can combine all of these into this lovely crafting hand thing. I don't really call it a crafting table anymore. I don't know what to call it. We get an infused ender pearl, and then we can throw that in there, and then we can mark that one. Well, we don't really want to mark it off, but still we can, like, I don't know, move it, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what to do with it. We'll just figure it out as we go along. The next thing we need is the plate and brush. This one is going to take some doing. We need wool, a red dye, a green dye, and a blue dye. And then this is where it gets complicated, is these support platforms. First, we need to make a circuit, which is EMCable. And then to get that, we need to make tiny redstone. I'm pretty sure I already have that. And then smooth stone slabs, which are not EMCable, but smooth stone is. So I just need to smelt some stone. Okay, that's going to take a bit of doing. I'm going to do that real quick.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Alrighty, I got everything for that. And here we go. Now we've got the plate and brush. I honestly have no idea how this thing works. I don't know what it is. So, yeah, no, we'll probably never address that ever. The next thing is a fluix block. I think we've already got that one covered. Okay, yeah, no, there it is. Okay, and then the next is the node overclocker from Laser.io. I've seen this thing once. I don't know what it does, though. So all the rest of the stuff we obviously have, but we need a logic chip, which means we need a raw logic chip, which means we need redstone, clay, a block of quartz, and gold. Okay, that's all actually very simple stuff to get. So we just gotta combine all of that and then chuck that into the smelter, all 4 at once. Yes, efficiency! And then we just gotta combine all of that, and then we got the node overclocker. And we put all that right into this. Now, fortunately for me, the nether star and the magenta matter I already have. So it looks like the last ones I'm going to need to make is going to be this mob filter, this enderium block, and this corrupted ingot. Now, the mob filter, that's going to be pretty easy to get. I just need stone, fences, and then the milk bucket. That's not a problem at all. The real complication, though, will be the enderium, because I need to get enderium blend, which means I need ender dust and lead dust and diamond. Actually, all that's very simple. I think I already have lead. Yeah, I have lead, I just don't have the lead dust, but I can crush that down very easily. Diamond dust I can also make very easily, and then an ender pearl, I just need to crush that one down too. So yeah, this one actually won't be that big of a problem at all. The corrupted ingot, though, I don't think I've ever seen that. What is this? What? Vile dust I get from... Okay, I just need to smelt, like, soul sand. Okay. What about corrupted essence? 2 obsidian, lapis, and red... Oh, wow, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be at all. Okay, let me grab all this stuff real quick.
2 very boring minutes later.
Alrighty, first make the block, then the filter, which is something I do not have personally, and then finally the corrupted ingot. There we go. And then we can just throw all of that into the crafting table. No, not the crafting table, the transmutation table. And then we are finished with this portion of it, for this is all of the EMCables. I'm pretty sure, actually, I need to double check. Okay, yeah, I finished checking. These are indeed all of the ones that I need EMC for. A lot of those other ones are just going to require a lot of automation, which we do not have time for today. Although we will probably be doing at least a few of them. possibly one.
Later.
Alrighty, so I've crafted myself a little area. Crafted. And this is going to be where we put all of these singularities. So I think I put this one... Sorry about that short intermission there for a second. I realized that my roof wasn't tall enough. Anyways, we need to put this in a line like so. Okay, and then we reach that corner here, and then we skip over that because, you know, this wouldn't be accessible if it was in a corner. So yeah, no, we're just basically lacing this entire top thing right here. Now, all of these won't be filled today. There are other things I'm going to need to automate soon. And I don't entirely know how I'm going to do some of those. So right now, though, we just need to focus on the EMCables. So this first half right here, now I'll just make it all on this side. I was wondering if I would try to make it like symmetrical, but there wouldn't really be a way to do that. So we'll have it all like this, and then each of those EMCables, I'll pipe down into it. Unless there's a better way to do this. But as I do not know such a better way, we are just going to... Nope, not there. We are just going to lace all of these with their own personal cables and then cut off each of these connections because we don't want it doing that. There we go. And then the last thing we would need to do would be to connect all of these together. Well, not really connect them together, but just connect them to this. And there we go. Now, all that's left is for me to set all of these to their own individual things for the singularity. But I don't want to do that yet because I am going to be pumping these upgrades into here. I probably should have started with this, honestly, but that's fine. Either way, that means, though, it's going to be going incredibly fast, which means I'm going to need to have these singularities stored really quickly. So I need to grab a buttload of the drawers that I need.
Much later.
Alrighty, so we got the drawers, and I also have my configuration tool to be able to lock all of these that are specific things. But we aren't exactly done yet because there is one of these upgrades that I'm going to need, which is the polar upgrade. So in order to get that, it's actually a very simple recipe. I'm going to need an extra drawer, but I just need 6 stone, a hopper, and a redstone, all of which is EMCable. Here we go. All that is left for me to do is to just put all of these in their rightful places underneath the neutronium compressors, not quantum compressors. And then I just need to lock them so this way they will only intake the singularities and nothing else will ever be able to go into them. I know I don't really need to do this since they're just going to be pulling from the one directly above them. But this is mostly just a safety precaution, just because I already know that I'm going to mess this up in some way.
Just then, by sheer coincidence.
I have already messed up, though, because I forgot to grab more polar upgrades, 23 to be specific, and I also forgot to get a bunch of the netherite upgrades. Alrighty, so now they are all full with their netherite upgrades. So, however, since these are locked, once I do start getting these things on the move, I am going to probably have to go in and grab a singularity manually. So either way, though, let us start inputting these things so that way we may get the singularities. This might take a little bit.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Alrighty, there we go. So now they should all already be pulling in. And yes, we've almost got one of these singularities already. Do we have any of the other ones fully ready? Holy crap, we got this one ready. That one didn't take long at all. Okay. Well, now we need to start taking these out and putting them in. So let's do that really quickly. And there we go. Ooh, it's not pulling. Okay, there we go. I fixed it. I need to adjust all of these things to pull from up. Okay, that is really good. I'd never used these things before, so I had no idea what I was doing. All right, there we go. That should be all of those ones ready and rearing. And we have another singularity ready for me to infuse into all of those. Okay, this is very good now because that means that all of the EMCable singularities have now been fully automated so that is incredibly useful. And since I'm making 10.06 trillion EMC a second, I'm pretty sure that all of those things together aren't going to amount to anything. So it's like, this is just the greatest darn thing ever. And I'm absolutely loving this. This is really good. So I'm going to set all of these up really quickly, and then I'm going to do one more singularity, I think, for today should be good. And that one will be one of the ones that does not require this. So it's going to take a little bit of automation. We all love automation.
Much later.
Alrighty, so here we go. We are going to now work towards making this next singularity, being the pig iron singularity. Now, the way we make pig iron is actually fairly simple. With this induction smelter, I found to be the easiest one, because more than half of its ingredients are EMCable. You have the clay, and then you have iron, but then you also have this coagulated blood. And the way you make that is by smelting pretty much anything to do with blood, be it creatures or anything like that. But we can also smelt zombie heads and or rotten flesh, which also give blood. And zombie heads are also EMCable. So this whole thing is going to be probably the simplest automation I'm going to make. Let's get started. Alrighty, so that's that basic part done. So now after this, we need to carve this part out just a little bit. So that way we can put the EMC link there. And then we put pipe there and pipe there and then sever that connection. And there we go. That should be that part completely done. Then we just need to make those like that. Have this thing... Ooh, I should probably sever this for now, because this is going to get a little bit complicated. And then have this bottom one set to have the Adernal's fuel, and then this top one set to have the zombie head. So then we can just put those both in there, and then those will be extracted separately. And then I just need to connect those like that. And there we go. This is now getting the Adernal's fuel, and this is smelting the zombie head. So this thing is completely automated. It's going to forever make those things. So yeah, now it's filled up with blood, and it will not continue to smelt while there's stuff in here. So that is kind of good. Last thing I need to do is make a lever, so that way it's continuously pumping a redstone signal into there. So that way, once those things have enough of it in there, it will cause the faucets to work. I better put what I was saying in perspective, because what I said didn't make much sense. I'm just going to flat out show you. So I grabbed two just in case this doesn't work. So let's put that there. And okay, it actually does work. That's great. So as long as that thing is on, it's going to continue to pump blood into here, turning this into blocks of blood. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, after that happens, it can pump a little bit more blood onto it, making a different blood block. Yeah, so it starts off as congealed blood, and then it makes a little more, turning it into blood blocks. And the reason I'm doing that is because that can actually be broken down into more than just those 9. Because originally one of these makes 4, so then you just break that, and then it make, you know, just the 1. But this way we get more for our money's worth. So that's actually really good.
A few moments later.
It has occurred to me that I currently do not have a way to decraft the blood blocks. So we're going to have to settle with just, you know, making the basic congealed blood for now. So after that, we can just have the induction smelter up here. It is going to need some power to it. And there is also the possibility that it may need something extra. It doesn't look like it, though. So that's neat. So I'll just need to grab this thing a power source. And then we can grab from this, putting it into there. Oh, right. I need to configure this to allow the sides to import. There we go. Alrighty, so now that this should be all set, I just gotta put that there, and then the EMC link up there. I do need to set this thing to allow the top to import. So then I can just hook that like this, and then I do believe the last thing I need to do is just set it so that it's clay and iron. Yes. Ooh. I've made an uh-oh. So I need to have this so that way it makes a completely separate deposit. So put it like this. Disconnect all of that, and then there we go. It is currently full with each other, so actually it might be fine now. It looks like it's actually fine, since it's just gonna instantly fill up with the one afterwards. Yeah, I think this should be good. Okay, so then I just need to turn this back on, and then that should start to make the blood blocks, and then that'll pull those out into there. Good. So now I just need to power this baby and connect it all to an ender chest. Alrighty, here we go. So I've got the flux point. Now I just need to set that to this one. And yep, now it's completely powered. So this should condense it all down into the pig iron. And I believe it makes 2. Yes, it does. Okay, so now I need to set the bottom to export. Okay, and then I dig this out like so. And then I set an item pipe, configure that to pull, and then we'll set it like that. And then we'll pull that out into one of these ender chests, but hold on, I don't want it to go in there yet. I need to configure this with specific dye, so that way this only goes into this one kind of ender chest. So I'm gonna go grab some red dye. No, blue. I haven't used blue yet, so use blue. Alrighty, so now I can change the center to blue. I can break this down, and it's still configured to that, and now it is going to be taking in all of the pig iron. So then I can just take the other ender chest, configured to blue, to pump into the other singularity condenser thing. And then that will be the pig iron one done. I actually discovered that there was another singularity that I can do, being this one right here, the mob soul singularity. Since I already had all those automated, I figured I might as well hook this up right now. So we just need to set these to their own individual things. Ooh. Oh dear. Well, that happened. Either way, though, we just need to hook these ones onto their own things, and then just hook these with the ultimate upgrades. And yeah, now those are the singularities being made, and the mob soul one actually doesn't take that much. So yeah, that one's already well and good. Oh, no, that one got hooked up to magenta matter. Okay, yeah, breaking this one worked, so now it's all better. Okay, so yeah, no, now I've got both of these things set up perfectly. So yeah, I can pretty much configure the mob soul one right now. And yeah, there we go. That one's all done. So that is a total of 11 different singularities done in one day out of all 23. That is freaking awesome. And I'm pretty sure that the rest of these I'm not going to be able to do, at least not today. The Man of Steel one, I'm going to need to automate Man of Steel. So yeah, no, that's pretty good. The one thing that I'm not sure how I'm going to get is these emerald clusters. Because this one you make from middle ones, which you make from small ones, which you make from big ones. So yeah, I have no idea how I'm going to get that one. I'm probably going to need to look that one up. But yeah, no, that's pretty much everything. I am making the executive decision to not open up these achievements until I have gathered up all the singularities. That way I know which ones I've done. Me realizing that the ones I have done will have a green outline, so this doesn't make a dang difference. Okay, never mind, I can open up the achievement book. Yay! So let's just go over here to collect all of the rewards. Actually, half decent stuff. Ooh, I got a Neutronium block. That's great. And a crafter tier 3. I don't know what that does, but all this is some pretty decent stuff. So I guess the only thing left to do today is open up today's chance cube. Yes, it is the time of the show where I risk my life and limb for the sake of all your entertainment with the randomness that is the chance cube. I hold all my weapons in my hand. Hopefully it's not death. Thou has been smitten? What happened? Wait, did I just get struck by lightning and it did nothing because I'm so overpowered? Oh my my goodness, that's great. Holy craps. You tried, moron. Next time, bring your A game. Ha ha. Honestly, that was a little bit anticlimactic, I'm not gonna lie, but you know what? It was still good. So, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out my last Stoneblock video. Bye-bye.